Hello, everyone. The year 2025 is finally here, and that means the biggest trial of the decade, one that Hollywood's elite fear like the plague, is only a few months away. Yes, you've probably guessed it already. We're continuing to bring you all the latest and most important updates on the Diddy case, also known as Sean Combs. A lot has happened recently, too. According to reports, Diddy has suffered a serious mental breakdown in jail due to his incarceration and fear of being attacked, even begging the guards to move him at least to the infirmary. At the same time, some English-language media outlets claim Combs now refuses to leave his cell at all, both out of fear for his life and to buy time, hoping to avoid new lawsuits. Moreover, there's talk that the trial against Diddy, scheduled for May, could bury, quote, Black Hollywood, unless Hollywood's elite decides to bury him first. In other words, there are plenty of questions ahead, and today we'll try to get to the bottom of them. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Let's dive in. About a week ago, international media reported that Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, spent his first Christmas behind bars, and around that time he suffered his first real nervous breakdown plus panic attacks. According to YSUSCO, Diddy supposedly had a Christmas meltdown in prison because he simply couldn't believe he was still locked up during the holiday season. On top of that, he was terrified for his life. After all, the trial is getting closer and closer. Sources say the music mogul begged the guards to take him to the prison medical unit, claiming he had a nervous breakdown on Thursday. But insiders say he was turned down at the Brooklyn detention facility. A source close to the rapper mentioned that with his high-profile legal team, Diddy expected to be out on bail by now, so spending the holidays in a solitary cell was a living nightmare for him. Eventually, he managed to calm down using meditation techniques he learned right there in jail. It's also rumored Combs is plagued by paranoia over a possible hit on his life, apparently for good reason. For instance, he barely touches prison food, fearing it might be poisoned. As a result, in just 3 months at the federal facility, this once powerful entertainer with significant Hollywood connections has lost a lot of weight and gone gray. He looks shockingly thinner, which isn't surprising since he's been in federal custody for several months, reported law and crime journalist Elizabeth Milner, who attended a recent hearing. She noted the stark contrast to his once lavish lifestyle. He seems physically and emotionally drained. His graying hair certainly doesn't help him maintain his former polished image. Just back in September, a few days before his arrest, he was spotted playing hacky sack in Central Park. But honestly, given the sudden change in environment, the constant fear, and the possibility of being killed at any moment, it's not shocking his health and mindset are suffering. So the latest account of Diddy's meltdown and panic attacks seems like a logical outcome. The publication RUD poured more fuel on the fire by suggesting that Diddy might become the new Jeffrey Epstein, someone who could bring down, quote, Black Hollywood if he sinks, meaning he has the power to drag along a good chunk of America's elite. At the same time, they imply that top Hollywood heavyweights might try to get rid of Combs first, if he plans to expose anyone influential. Now that Diddy is in detention awaiting a federal grand jury proceeding, plus facing several civil lawsuits, Hollywood is on edge, wondering what might come to light at P. Diddy's trial. After all, to become a billionaire with endless connections, you need to gather a whole lot of secrets and enemies along the way. Many believe that if Diddy actually goes to trial, his path could mirror Epstein's story. It's not just paranoia. We all remember how that financier, who entertained the world's elite on his private island, met his end under suspicious circumstances. Conspiracy theorists are convinced he was taken out so he wouldn't spill the star's secrets. It's clear that parallels to Epstein don't bode well for Diddy. If Hollywood's big shots decide to clean up, it's doubtful anyone can stand in their way. Moreover, Combs himself has repeatedly been at the center of rumors and dark events. The article also recalls his alleged involvement in the untimely deaths of rapper Tupac Shakur in 1996 and former Bad Boy Records artist Biggie in 1997. Until now, Diddy's influence and strong backing seemingly shielded him from serious consequences. But that armor may have worn off, and Sean Combs could, in turn, put Black Hollywood, the Dream Factory's elite who socialized with him, at risk. So we might be in for even more shocking revelations. Apparently, Diddy understands how close the critical moment is, given that May isn't far off and anything can happen by then. According to English-language sources, after he was denied transfer to the infirmary, the rapper now refuses to leave his cell, either because he's scared or because he's trying to stall legal proceedings. Court documents say he's staying in his cell to dodge new sexual assault lawsuits, since plaintiffs can't formally serve him with certain documents while he's essentially locked away. Lawyers accuse Diddy of deliberately dragging out two major lawsuits. In filings from December 30th, attorney Tony Busby's associate claims that by refusing to accept subpoenas, the rapper is obstructing the proceedings. The attorney even asked to postpone the January 10th hearing to a later date in February. Neither Diddy nor his legal team have commented, which has sparked even more rumors of a possible assassination plot, making him barricade himself in his cell. This whole situation is taking a toll on him, both mentally and financially. Back in September 2024, when he was taken into custody, Diddy's net worth was estimated at around $400 million, but it's reportedly dropped to $300 million. Likely not because he literally spent $100 million in just a few months, though top-tier lawyers don't come cheap, but because his businesses have seen their valuations plunge amid the swirling scandals. And that may only be the beginning. Legal bills and potential settlements could drain his wealth entirely. Even his previously safe real estate holdings have taken a massive hit in value due to their tarnished reputation, and nobody wants to touch them, even at heavily discounted prices. He's still far from broke, of course, but if these court battles drag on for years, even the largest fortunes can evaporate. So it's a tough spot for him. Well, May isn't that far off, so we'll soon find out whether Diddy makes it to this high-profile trial. The big question is which influential names he might take down with him and how far this whole thing could go. Feel free to share your thoughts on the matter in the comments. And if you don't want to miss any breaking news, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Thanks to everyone who watched till the end, and see you next time.